So, Korean, ladies and gentlemen, like a very studious student preparing for an examination, I had prepared my speech for tomorrow. But I'm asked to preside over this program today, deputizing for a man whom I cannot imitate. Mr. Vinay Hegde is a true social entrepreneur. One of the best social entrepreneurs I have seen in my career as a banker. If he were here, he would not have permitted me to talk about him. But since in his absence, I think I can talk about him. For the last 18 years, ever since this management institute was born, I was associated with it. I feel very happy. An old man like me finding a place to talk to the students and be happy with them. What I would like to mention is that building this institute in this part of the district, in a corner, he has been able to create a lot of employment opportunities for a large number of people coming from very poor society. Since I was associated with the admission process of this institute, I used to see the students coming for admission here. But for the existence of this institute here, many of those chaps would not have become what they are today. I was seeing the application when they come to the interview, coming from very poor family, most of them were farmers. When a radius about 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers from this area, we were getting students, both boys and girls, coming from middle and lower middle class. I could see many of them are the children of drivers. Drivers either here or in the Gulf. Over the years, I have seen many of them rising in society. As a banker, I felt very happy that most of these chaps who went out with the MBA degrees have joined different banks. Many banks came here, including a big bank like Bank of India, where Dr. Shetty was working. IDBI came here, and they recruited a large number of boys and girls, and I find that many of them have gone up very high in the ladder. Bank of India is known for its superiority. And this bank also came here and selected one girl. In fact, I would request Dr. Shankaran to get this documented. I have seen the growth of some of these chaps. A girl, daughter of a drunkard, thanks to the benevolence of Mr. Vinay Hegde, got a free education at graduate level, at postgraduate level. Today she is working in Bank of India. Scale 2. Please imagine whether this girl would have got this degree and a job but for this institute. This is a social entrepreneur. And Mr. Vinay Hegde won't believe me if I tell him that we should document it, not for publicity, but to see what impact we have made on the society. I feel very happy as a banker. I'm a Gandhian by profession. I feel very happy when in the rural area, we are creating an institution like this. And today, Syndicate Bank came here in 70 years back, 1946. But what impact that we are making through the education is much more than that. I am very happy to say that we, in this institution, thanks to Mr. Vinay Hegde's leadership, we could do a lot of work. And I would like to say that we will continue to do that for years to come. In fact, the number of candidates that we take has increased from 30 to 180. It may even go to 200 maybe after some time. But the whole process that keeps me very happy is, and though old I am, I feel very young when I talk to the youngsters here. Thanks to Dr. Shankaran who invites me here to come and talk. Well, friends, my friend Mr. Koteshwar made a reference to Ujjivan. He also made a reference to Hande, Harish Hande, my good friend. Before I started writing about social entrepreneurs, I went to Google to find out who are the best social entrepreneurs in India. I got 10 names. To my great surprise, I found Mahatma Gandhi's name first. I felt very happy. At least one of my guru is there in that list. Then I found Harish Shande. But Ujjivan was not mentioned there. Instead, another name was mentioned which I dislike. I found most of our people from India are making a pilgrimage to Dhaka. I was telling them, instead of going to Dhaka, I go to Dharwar. In Dharwar, we have a Gramin Bank called Karnataka Vikasa Gramin Bank, sponsored by Syndicate Bank. I would like to, without going to the controversy, Mr. Koteshwar, I would like to mention that in India, we have much better organizations which are reaching to the poor, which are the real social entrepreneurs, like Gramina banks. A Gramina bank is lending at a cheaper rate of interest compared to what my friend Mr. Gramina bank is lending. In fact, I told the governor of the Reserve Bank of India, let us both of us go to Dharwar and see how this Karnataka Vikas Gramina Bank is funding. Whereas Mohammed Yunus is charging more than 20%, this chap's bank is charging only 10%. I would also like to mention here what my bank did in 1928. In 1928, we started Pygmy Deposit Scheme, collecting 1/4 of a rupee from the doorsteps of the people. We appointed local people as Pygmy collectors. In fact, in 1977, the World Bank was interested in knowing what this scheme is. So I was invited to the World Bank as a consultant to tell them how exactly this scheme is functioning. I think we have more than 400 Pygmy collectors who are paid commission for the daily collection. And all branches that we have, except in London, I am told we are the Pygmy collectors. When I went to Andaman some years back, not to see the Sulur jail, but to see our branch there, at night, I found the Pygmy agent, a boy called Lakshman, was waiting outside a cinema theatre. There is one cinema theatre in Andaman which is called Lighthouse. This boy is waiting at 10:30 at night for collecting money from the theatre under Pygmy. Under Pygmy Deposit Scheme, we have reached out to a large number of small hoteliers. If Udupi hotels are found in remote villages South Canada, in Karnataka or Andhra, you find that is financed by Syndicate Bank through Pygmy. As a lead bank, I had to survey Anantapur district, interior, very, very difficult places in 1972. In a remote corner, we find a man who reading Prajavani, a hotelier. Because of this Pygmy scheme, he could build a hotel. Most of the hoteliers that you have from Udupi, working in different parts of the country, you find they had Pygmy deposits. I met somebody in Hyderabad, a Sindhi gentleman who came from Pakistan. He was telling, sir, all these things are because of Pygmy. What I am trying to say is that in India, in a bank like Syndicate Bank, we started, when it was in the private sector, way back in 1928, how to reach out to small people. It is a win-win situation. The bank is making money out of that because the cost of collection was very simple. Later on, there are many imitations. Different banks and financial institutions started adopting this scheme. It became very difficult for them to maintain. Therefore, they said, we will close it. A stage came when they wanted all these Pygmy agents to be absorbed as a bank employed. And we thought that will mean the entire thing will go for it. It will be so costly. Because you don't expect the Lakshman to wait at 10:30 at night outside a theatre to collect his Pygmy deposit. He will do it 10 to 5. But unfortunately, things are not very happy that way. Though many people started with it, that think that is going on. Now, Harish Shande, you made a reference. Let me mention here with the pardonable pride that I was the first chairman of any bank in India for having financed solar power. In suburb of Hyderabad, when Mr. Hande wanted to extend solar facility to a small house costing 14,000 rupees, it was inaugurated by me. And thereafter, we started, Syndicate Bank is the first bank, we started financing solar. I still remember the happiness in the face of the little girl when she saw the light. They would not have seen light except in the street light. But when the girl saw the light in her own house, she felt very happy. And we have trained our people, the managers also, to see that they extend credit facilities to these people for purchasing solar light. Dr. Kurian, great man, I had been to Amul to see him. But there are also other unsung heroes nearby. I'll conclude by making a reference to a small story. It's not a story, it's a factual thing which I have seen. In a remote corner in Shivamogga district, a place called Anandapura. It is really Ananda for people who go there. There is a factory called Raithabandhu Gramodyoga, started way back in 1969 by one Mr. Shivapura Subbanna Naik, a simple Gandhian. Now this man was employing about 200 chaps, local people, 150 of them are girls. And these girls were trained to manage the entire rice mill and the beaten rice mill, from receiving the lorry loads of paddy which come there to management of the canteen, now running the machines and everything. And they were also provided hostel facilities there, free food, and they are also made to save from their salary, and many of those girls saved enough to get married. And this man had such a philanthropic idea that lorry drivers who come there, bring the paddy, will be provided facility for bathing and food and shelter. And he was making profit in spite of all these things. The true Gandhian. And once in a year, he'll perform Satyanarayana Puja. And he'll wait outside receiving the farmers. He says, with folded hands, all these years you have been giving us paddy. At least once let us all sit together and eat. I was a witness to that. I also went there twice to sit, all with about 30,000 people eating food. When I was traveling there in my car to go to the place, I found people are walking and going. I stopped the car and asked them, where are you going? They said, Raithabandhu, please come. So the way in which this man was changed the entire village economy, so long as he is alive, he passed away in 1972. I don't know what is happening subsequently. My dear friends, what I wanted to say was that there are unsung heroes also. There is total darkness. If there is total darkness, light a candle. That is enough. That's what some of these people are doing in different places. Now coming back before I close about corporate social responsibility. I am associated with one of the local public sector banks as a member of their a trustee for the Economic Development Foundation, where we find applications are coming from remote places. I was surprised to see that small schools without having toilets in Karnataka, schools not having enough facilities for girls especially. And we found that after 8th standard, the girl students were not coming to the school because for want of toilet facilities. And we found that one way of extending facility under CSR is to see that we extend facility to these schools. This morning I was reading in the Week. I was shocked to find out that in Madhya Pradesh, which is the constituency of Sushma Swaraj and the Speaker of Lok Sabha, about 14,000 schools are not having, about 14,000 primary schools are not having a single teacher. What are we talking about social responsibility? Public sector banks are there in Madhya Pradesh also. Can they not take care of such schools? And in many places we are told that high school and primary school, middle school and primary school together, there's only one teacher, is on leave. This is running for years together. And if at all we have to bring these people above poverty line, we have to see that such of these facilities are given. And poverty line is such a line that we find people drifting below and above the poverty line. What are being your measuring rod of poverty? Well, friends, I'm very happy that I could hear two of the good speakers, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow's deliberations. My only point is, wish is that at least some change should take place after we discuss about social entrepreneurship, and some of the students should come forward to become social entrepreneurs. Thank you very much.
I invite Dr. K. Sankaran to present a loving gift to Dr. Satyajit Majumdar. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the last agenda of this inaugural session, that is the vote of thanks. I request Professor Isaac Varghese, the organizing secretary of this meet, to deliver a note of gratitude.
I'd like to express our sense of obligation to Dr. N.K. Tinglaya, Chairman of our Academic Council, for his kind guidance and support for this event and for delivering the presidential address. Thank you, sir. A big thank you to our chief guest, Sri Muralidhar Koteshwar, Managing Director, Avankia Group, for its efforts towards familiarizing us to the idea of social entrepreneurship with such nice examples. Thank you, sir. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Dr. Satyajit Majumdar for his keynote address and for enlightening us on this idea with the 4 themes. I am sure, sir, the papers and case studies which we have lined up for this conference will be an attempt to bridge the gap you mentioned regarding the literature in this area. Thank you, sir. I'd like to take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to our director, Dr. K. Sankaran, who is a very dynamic and flexible person, and he is indeed a leader and not a boss. Thank you for gracing this occasion, sir. I express my deep gratitude to Dr. G.V. Joshi, coordinator of our international conference, for his guidance in all our activities and also in ensuring that we do the right thing in the right way. Thank you, sir. I'm very thankful to all the partners of this conference. Without their generous support, it would not have been possible to organize this conference. I would like to thank our academic partners of this conference, Dr. Femida Handy from University of Pennsylvania, Dr. Lucas from Erasmus University, Dr. Thomas from New England University. I would also like to place on record our thanks to Sri Biju Ganeshan, Executive Publisher of the Emerald Publishing Group, for his support as our publishing partner. I would like to place on record our gratitude to our heads and members of our sister institutions who are present here. I take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to the distinguished panel of speakers, delegates from India as well as overseas, distinguished participants, and learned guests for participating at this event. I would be failing in my duty if I do not convey my thanks to the print and electronic media for the efforts they have taken for the coverage of this event and for highlighting the various aspects of social entrepreneurship. Well, dear friends, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels have started rolling several months ago. It required planning and bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very dedicated and motivated faculty and staff who have worked hard for organizing this event. My thanks are due to them. And I cannot thank enough our students for their involvement and their willingness to take on completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. I thank all our students for all their efforts. Thank you once again, and we look forward for an extremely productive 2-day discussions. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lolita D'Souza, second-year student of this institution, signing off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural session has come to an end. Kindly join us for tea that would be served to you at the food court located quite adjacent to our institute. Our volunteers would lead you to the point. After your tea, kindly reassemble in this auditorium for the first debate session of this international conference, which would commence exactly at 11:40 a.m. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.